5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Eddie sits at the window, watching her firstborn. She sees the dreaded coffin and she feels great forlorn. She knew that she will die and her family might not cry, but she gave her spouse a promise and the stakes were not that high. Little did she know that the trip would run slow, her dead body would rot and the family would lose a lot.
Anne's her dreadful husband had to bury her dead body, not on the barn grounds, but in her hometown where she lay with her family. This was her final fantasy. She knew that he'd go and would make it reality.
Suddenly one day, while two children are away, she soon falls asleep, but she won't be counting sheep. Then the next night brings pouring rain, rain so fast and hard that they all go insane. Some bridges collapse and it's costly for the trip. Maybe they don't know if the wagon won't cross.
Even though he sees this as a sight to cross the river, he knew this was a mistake, for the stream becomes a killer. Hattie almost falls downstream, but her savior, Joel, it seems, holds onto her coffin, making sure she doesn't leave. His brother, on the other hand, is not so very fortunate. Joel's horse becomes frantic, kicks the air in a panic. It connects on Cash's leg around the wound, it is red. This causes him to faint, his leg is all messed up, he's covered in red paint. Along with passing out, it seems, Cash is vomited. Dewey Dell moves his body so he doesn't choke on it.
After the river has been crossed and the bungeons have continued, Cash is still in pain and a lot of blood has drained. His leg has turned black and he knows he can't go back, but he doesn't say a thing. It seems like hardship is his theme.
They finally reach a new town and a pharmacy is run by Dewey Dell, who has a package but it doesn't make a sound. For it contains the money she'll use to reduce her tummy, but Mosley does not accept and doesn't think it's funny. He's a Christian man, you see, his job isn't to deceive, so no matter how she's asked, he wouldn't make her pleased.
While this is going on, Cash wants the pain to end. The way they solve his problem is by pouring on cement. They put it on his leg, but there are no air vents. When the sun's out, it seems, his leg would always boil. This caused him great pain, but he didn't want turmoil.
When the family is all settled and they sleep inside God's house, a bar catches on fire and it contains Ed's spouse. Joe sees the blaze and runs into the flames. A few moments later, he spits out in a craze. He carries Addie's coffin, saving her rotting corpse, and it's revealed by Dewey Dow that Dow was the source. Behind the crazy fire case, Edward couldn't be higher. He ordered Dow to be sent to a healthcare provider.
The bunch of reach the town, people look at them cause they haven't been around. To make it even worse, there's a batsman from the hearse. The stares and comments make Joe's temperament reverse. He goes off on a white man, threatening to kill him, so the white man gets offended and wants to give him a trim.
When the family goes to get a spade, Dog is taken by the asylum workers cause of all the mess he's making. Dog scrambles to escape, he shoves and kicks and fights. Dewey Dell suddenly jumps at him with all of her might. Everything they have to pull it off a doll, but it takes Cash's denial to top his crazy spell. He begins laughing hysterically with no hopes of returning when he put him on a train and sent him to Mississippi.
Dewey goes to the pharmacy with a stack of dollars. She looks for the pharmacist, ends up with an imposter. He pretends to be the doctor and McGowan was his name. Like all the other men, he was looking for the same. After he finished her treatment, she goes home with her $10 and takes it to buy some new teeth to match with his new collar.
The very next day, they go to Mrs. Bungeon's house, the one they got the shovel from, the one with his new spouse. Answer arrives with new teeth and his slick back hair and a new girl by his side, for Addie had no care.